Hello everyone, today we will be creating this retro style background loop. If you just need this background, you can download it from my website, link will be in the description. And if you want to learn how to make something like this, stay with me and watch this video. So let's create a new composition. Now let's draw a straight horizontal line. And apply fast box blur. And glow. Let's set glow radius to 50 and duplicate the glow. Set radius to 150 for the second glow. And now let's draw our sun. I'm holding Ctrl and Shift and press Ctrl Alt Home and Ctrl Home to place it in the center. Let's rename it to sun and our lines rename it to horizontal line. Now let's create a new solid. And align the top of it with our horizontal line. And set track mate to alpha inverted mate for our sun. We can also rename the solid to alpha. I'm holding Alt and click here to add gradient. And also need to remove the stroke. And now let's create another solid. And apply gradient ramp. This is going to be our sky. Let's rename it to sky and duplicate our alpha and set track mate to alpha inverted mate for the sky. Place it below our sun. Now let's create another solid and apply particle world. This will be our stars. Go to particle type and set it to star. I'm gonna stretch the producer. Place it in the middle of our sky. Set size variation to 100, max opacity to 100, and both burst and the size to 0.05. I'm gonna go to physics and set gravity and velocity to 0. And set longevity to 10 and burst size to 0.1. Now I'm gonna duplicate the alpha again and set track mate for stars to alpha inverted mate and place it below our sun again. So now we have stars. They appear and fade out. I'm gonna set this color to yellow as well. And maybe set longevity to 7. And now let's loop the stars animation. I'm gonna animate birth rate. Set it to 0 after a certain time. Select both keyframes and holding Ctrl and Alt, click on them again. So now they fully fade out after a certain time. And now let's make a loop. All I need to do is to cut these two layers into parts and swap their places on the timeline. To cut them into parts, press Ctrl-Shift-T. And now we have a loop. Now let's create another solid. Let's name it Stars 2 and apply effect called Starburst. Set scatter to 500, speed to 0, size to 30, and let's animate face. Now we have another loop of stars animation. Let's duplicate our alpha and set track mate to alpha inverted mate for our stars too. Now let's draw mountains. I just select pencil and simply draw them. Now I'm holding Alt and click here a few times to set color to black. Let's rename the layer to mountains. and duplicate this layer. We need to set another color for it and make some changes to the path. I would like to edit colors for the sky, make it a little bit brighter. And also I would like to edit colors for the sun. Time to create grid. I'm creating a new composition with 2600 width and 4200 height, and create a new solid. Let's apply the effect called grid. I will just set values for corner that would be just easy to calculate. And let's rename the composition to grid and apply effect called gradient ramp to colorize the grid. First color would be blue and second color would be purple. Let's also apply glow to make it a little bit brighter. And now just animate our grid. I set time marker to 1 second, and all I need to do is to add to corner and anchor the difference between them. We can take a snapshot and check if the frames are completely the same. Now I need to write a loop out expression for both anchor and corner animation, and now we have a loop animation. Now let's add it to our main composition, make it 3D, and edit X rotation, scale of it, and position. We just need to cover the empty space with this grid. Let's create another solid. Duplicate our alpha and set track mate to alpha mate for the solid. Go to our grid composition, copy gradient ramp from it, and paste it to the solid. Place it below our grid, of course. Almost done. Let's add our main composition to another composition and add noise effect. The last two things that we can do is to duplicate the glow of the grid to make it a little bit brighter and make the grid less wide. By the way, we need to come back to our main composition and put the horizontal line above all other layers. So that's all, but there is one last thing. The thing is that our grid loop repeats itself every 1 second, and our stars animations end at 8 seconds 15 frames, so the loops are out of sync. The easiest way to fix it is to end stars animation at 8 seconds. So now we have a perfect loop. And at the end of this video, I want to recommend you to check out my text animator. I've been working a lot on it, and I think it's pretty helpful tool to create text animations in After Effects.